Today we're going to go over everything that has come out in Star Wars and the order you should watch it in right now. Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Star Wars. I'm your host Rob. A lot of people said, what order would you watch everything? How would you watch it? And it's a question, would you watch it the way it originally came out? Or I think that the order I'm going to give you is the best way to watch everything that has come out for Star Wars. So let's go over it. The first thing I would watch is definitely Episode 1 of Phantom Menace. That's a good place to start. This is the story of young Anakin Skywalker and the rise and the fall. Then we get into Episode 2, which would be Attack of the Clones. That's just a continuation of Anakin's story, but this is more when he's more of a teenager, older years, adolescence, I would say. Then we get into the movie, The Clone Wars. It's an animated film, and it tells about the war between the Republic and the Separatists. Then it's The Clone Wars Seasons 1 through 6, also animated. But this gives you a good story of everything that happened in those early years. Lastly was a movie that I really love, which was Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So that's the prequel stuff. Now we get into the more midquels, I guess I would call it, the in-between. This will be followed, Revenge of the Sith will be followed by Solo, a Star Wars story. Now that's out currently, and I think it was a really good movie. Revenge of the Sith was probably one of my favorite, and Solo was up there. It was a very, very good movie. But, with the boycott and all, I've gone over that, and I'm not going to continue. So let's get into the next thing you should watch after Solo is Star Wars Rebels Season 1 to 4, which is absolutely amazing. It's done by Dave Filoni. You definitely feel Star Wars throughout it. After Rebels would be Rogue One, a Star Wars story. Excellent, phenomenal movie. One of my favorites of the Star Wars universe. Then we would have A New Hope, which is Episode 4. The Empire Strikes Back, which was very good. And Return of the Jedi. And those were the original 3 that came out that George Lucas did. We continue with, after Revenge of the Jedi, The Force Awakens. And I say this sarcastically, everybody's favorite, The Last Jedi. Again, before I continue, The Last Jedi and ruined Star Wars for a lot of people. And everybody, even though they had their problems with the sequels, I know The Last Jedi put such a bad taste in their mouth as the reason why Solo hasn't been doing so well in the box office. So now you have the question, what next? Well, we got Rian Johnson's trilogy. Now, Rian Johnson is the one who made The Last Jedi, but supposedly none of the stories that he's going to make involved Jedi and Sith. Then you also got the Game of Thrones, who are making their trilogy, and that's David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, and they're making a trilogy. There's an Obi-Wan movie that's rumored to come out. There's a Boba Fett movie that's rumored to come out. And the last thing, which is coming out this fall, is Star Wars Resistance, which is an animation. That should be out on the Disney Channel. It's a story right before The Force Awakens. So it's right between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, which is Episode 6 and 7. It has to do with a rebel spy, but we'll get into more to that in another episode. So that's the orders I would watch them in. That's everything. And do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Would you watch them in a different order? I'm just curious. And if so, why would you watch it in that particular order that you'd pick? Like, let's say you had your kids or someone who's brand new to the Star Wars universe. How would you introduce them to it? Would you go in this order? Would you give them? I feel that the reason I would do it in this order, because it gives the absolute complete story from the beginning to the end, the way it should be told currently. And there's movies that are going to intertwine, come in between, stuff like that. But that's on the horizon. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. Appreciate all your support. Check the description down below. And until the next time, this is Robert Delavis for all of us who love Star Wars. May the Force be with you.